What's up, everybody? Here we are, Moose Fandango night. I got my ears, you got your ears, we got our plaid on. We are ready to go moose hunting or searching or painting.
No, we went moose hunting before.
There's no such thing as
we
mooses.
Didn't find anything.
What's up, everybody? We are so happy to be here. We're so thrilled that all you guys are going to be on with us. We are so excited to paint this moose thing.
Even though we've never actually seen a moose. We're actually in Florida.
Mooses
and we've
don't
been,
exist. I don't
right, they don't. We've actually we went to Colorado, to Montana, to California, Georgia, North Carolina. We've never seen a moose.
Yeah.
So, but we love this moose guy. So I'm Deb. This is Nick. We've been doing paint and chill since 2014.
This is what we painted.
Your painting is not going to look like this. I got sidetracked on this painting. Just kind of doing some other trees. Hi, Lynn. Thank you. They need some, like, at Christmas time, Lynn, we're going to put some jingle bells on here.
So let us know if you can see us and hear us.
Yeah. So housekeeping,
Hello.
let us know if you can see and hear. And it's Nick and I started doing this. For those of you who haven't painted with us before, Nick and I started Paint and Chill in 2014, and we had a studio. And so we go around, we could see when people needed help, if they, if we were going too fast, if we were going too slow, if they were doing a fantastic job, if my babbling was driving them crazy, all those things. But since thank you, Laverne, since we're not walking around and we can't see to see if you need help or to see if you're hearing and everything, yay, Lynn said she can come out. I actually, Lynn, I Googled that today and I couldn't find anything about it because I knew you had that problem. So good job.
Hey.
I know, you can see right, northern Minnesota. That's where we need to go.
All right, northern Minnesota. Is that like northern Minnesota?
It's where we haven't been because apparently that's where the moose are. Who told me? Somebody told me she saw like a scene like this with the moose with like lily pads. So that's definitely where we're going to have to try to go next because we didn't see moose and we thought we'd see bear. And I was actually kind of offended because we were in Montana. We didn't see any bear. And then the very next week, we saw elk, but they were only this big. They were
really, really far away. They were like,
in northern New York. We got to go. Thank you, Susan.
Now, I'm from New York, so where in northern New York would that be? Because I'm like the Catskills, the Poconos, that's, where?
And Alaska. Oh, that's where we really need to go. Now we're totally jealous. Jan, I'm so glad you got to join us at the last minute. Send me your email.
Syracuse, New York has it. Okay.
Yay.
Moose, really?
So Jan, if you email me your email, I'll send you the pattern and the supply list. So we're kind of introducing and getting settled. The last couple of people, I'm still sending out a couple patterns to people. And sometimes people just kind of watch tonight and play Family Feud and then paint later to the video because, hi, Mama, there's my mom.
If you see Joyce Lugosi, that is Mama.
That's Mama. Say hi to Mama.
Hello, Mama.
But yes, many times people, from Belleville, Ontario. Very
Ontario,
cool.
okay.
Yay, cool. Awesome.
Now, where is that Ontario? How far is that from like London, Exeter, those areas on that side of the peninsula there?
Cool. There you go. She said around Old Forge, Louisville. We've got to. That is one place we haven't gone. My job before.
Adirondack. Okay. Yeah. Old Forge. Okay, I know that. All right.
Well, we traveled a little bit before because of my job, not because we have money to actually afford to travel. We traveled because of my job, but we were able to go. And I was going to say, so we were in Montana. We didn't get to see bear, and I was so offended because the very next week a bear literally went to a woman's tent and pulled her out. And we couldn't even see one while we were driving. Yeah. So anyway, so just as the night goes on, do just because we just 5 to 6 hours.
Okay. So you're way north and you're way up on the top there. It looks like of Ontario. Beautiful country though.
Yeah.
Cold as anything.
Yeah.
It's cold up there. I mean, I don't know what it is in Celsius up there, but it was cold.
Mom said she wants to go to Italy. That's where Hunter wants to go. That's where he's always wanted to go.
Italy.
So we will go ahead and get started. We're just in the beginning, like to make sure everybody can see and hear. If you can't see and hear, you can't leave a message here. That kind of rhymes.
You want to try that again?
No.
All right. No, it's
No.
okay.
Then, hey, from Michigan, there's Kelly. She was able to join. Yay!
Okay.
So if you can't see and hear, which then just send us a chat, or you can always send messages to paintandchill@gmail. I try to keep my phone next to me for like now last minute people that decide that they want to paint or they're able to paint, so I can shoot the pattern over to them real quick. And also because my mom, who's on here, is always getting herself in trouble, and I have to always make sure my phone's close by to keep her out of trouble. So what else? We're gonna so a couple things. We another Michigan and Diane from Florida. She's just south of us, I think. Diane, you're in the middle of Florida, or you're down south of us in Port St. We're in Port St. Lucie. I think she's in the middle. I'm glad to see you again, Diane. It's been a while. So if you haven't painted with us before, and we paint, and I paint, and we do it step by step. You have the pattern. Nick does a great job of painting, but he's not painting this tonight. But he does Family Feud. So we'll be painting. He'll be doing some Family Feud questions, and then if you comment or participate at all in the comments, then your name is entered in a drawing. And at the end of the evening, Mama chooses a number. And if it's your because he keeps a list of your name with the number beside of it, and if your number, oh yeah, that's right. Diane's a clear mind. I love it so much. They're so pretty.
A little train station in there.
Yeah, that's what they always have the nicest bike ribbons there too.
Bed and breakfast there.
Yeah, Mississippi, yay! Oh, Pam, hey, we are actually in the Toledo area of the Midway. That's so awesome.
Hi, neighbor.
Yeah, we never get anybody close to us. We always get people the farthest away, which is very awesome. So, yeah, just so you know kind of how the evening will go. It's just a little bit, we're not going to be babbling. We're going to make sure that you get your pattern traced on. If you still need the pattern, just shoot us, just let us know.
I'll try that. I'm doing technical director stuff and comical host.
Right.
So
he's going to, another, somebody else was coming over. Who was it?
Sure.
No, Sherry, but somebody else was from there too. Another Michigan. Hi, Dorothy. Good to see you. So he's going to be doing Family Feud at the end of the evening. Mama is going to be picking a number, and he has your names all listed, the numbers beside him. And how many are you doing? How many winners? At the end of the evening, she's going to pick how many winners?
Let's see. 5.
Perfect.
That's the number.
She's going to pick 5 numbers, and we are going to be sending those 5 people. Hi, Connecticut. We're going to be sending those 5 people a gift card, and then just when you receive them, please let us know, because I know we still have some that Dorothy didn't get that we have to check up on. And she has moved to Kentucky. I love Kentucky. That lady we met was from Kentucky. She was so sweet. And yeah, so at the end of the evening, you'll win prizes. So if you're commenting or participating at all, then your name will be, indexed for the end of the evening.
Okay, let's move on a little bit here.
Okay.
Because we got 10 minutes into this, and I'd like to see some painting going on.
All right, perfect. All right, so if you have your pattern and you have printed it out, if you have your pattern and you printed it out, yours is going to look just a little bit different than mine that you can't see right now because our technical director didn't change the view of the camera. There you go. Now, one thing I don't want to forget to tell you is that we're painting with acrylic paint. And if you, for me, I'm a super messy painter. So I have an apron. You can see that I usually get paint all over my apron too. But Nick said I should try to paint in my flannel shirt. He doesn't know that I already have yellow paint in my hair somehow. But acrylic paint doesn't come out of clothes easily. So if you want to grab an old t-shirt or something like that to put on, that's probably your best bet, okay? So I'm going to put my apron to the side. Kelly, you should have got a pattern.
Hey, Kelly, go ahead and send your email to us on the.
We just sent it just a few minutes ago, Kelly.
We did?
Yeah. Oh, wait, let me double check. Yeah, go ahead and send us an email to paintandchill.com. If you didn't get one, if you didn't get a pattern supply list, go to paintandchill.com and just send us your email, and we'll try to shoot you over one real quick. So when yours prints out, yours is going to look a little different than this. It's going to be 4 pages because you don't have a printer that is 16 by 20. So you're going to get 4 pages, and they're going to print out. They're not going to be quite as crisp lines as this has, but you will get that, and you're going to print it out. And if you perfect, well, the supply list was on that email that had the supply list. It has the pattern too. That has the supply list, paintbrush suggestions, and the pattern should all be on that email. And it should all be down at the bottom. So when you print it out, you're just going to have to kind of line your pages up on your canvas.
Hang on one second. I'm going to try and send Kelly a new one right now.
Okay, perfect.
Let her know that.
And then Renita, thank you for letting us know. Just send an email real quick to paintandchill.com, paintandchill@gmail.com, and we'll get one over to you. Okay. And anybody else that needs one? So yay, she found it. Perfecto. So you're more than welcome.
Kelly, you found it, and you're gonna get another one.
So we're going to be painting tonight, painting live, going step by step. However, many people, many times, they kind of watch tonight and play Family Feud so they can win prizes. And then there's a video available, like about 5 minutes after the end of the live. The video will be on the Facebook site and on our YouTube site and in our membership site as well. So if you want to just play Family Feud and watch, if you didn't get the pattern till later or whatever, you're welcome to do that. Sometimes people just hang out and do that. I do just want to let people know that. So your pattern is going to print out. It's going to have 4 different pages on it. And the most important thing about the pattern really is just to try to get the moose. What are these called? Antlers?
Antlers.
Moose antlers.
They're not antennae.
I didn't know if they were. Okay, they're antlers. Okay. Hi from Connecticut. There's somebody else from Connecticut on here too, Stephanie. So is to be, when you go around these antlers to, to kind of get those a little bit more concise and his body a little bit. The trees, we're gonna freeform them anyway, so they're not kind of so important. And then this top line here is the horizon. The line that goes across here. And this is kind of a little island thing. I'm calling it an island because I'm in Florida. This is kind of a little island thing where the other trees are. But the most important thing is just try to get him. The rest of it, we can, we're going to kind of freeform those anyway. I like to use graphite paper. It's fairly inexpensive. And if you have it, put your shiny side down, and then with your pattern, I try not to use a pen or a pencil on my pattern. I actually try to use a skewer, a wooden skewer.
What's it called?
Skewer, that's how you say it, and that's my definition of it. A wooden skewer to kind of trace it so that I don't ruin my pattern, because if I do a pen or pencil, then it just kind of ruins it sometimes. So I usually try to do that, and then just kind of hold it down and make sure everything got traced over. Now,
hang on one second, just while you're doing that. Is that Renita who's looking for one?
Renita, yes.
Yes. I just sent it to your email, Renita. Check your email.
Perfect.
Okay,
all right, Renita. So you should have that. Okay. So the other thing with this particular one is where the because we're going to put the pattern on and then we're going to paint over it. Some of it's going to stay and some of it we're going to faintly see. But if you want to just mark on the side kind of where your horizon line is, and you're welcome, Renita. And then over here, kind of where your island is. Okay. All right. Any questions about that? Nick was kind enough to go ahead and put the pattern on the canvas for me. we do go ahead and just kind of put the pattern on because many times this is exactly what happens. We're all saying hi and talking about bears and getting sidetracked, and this is the time people have any technical issues. Then I already have the pattern on here so we can answer questions and everything. So my pattern is already on. If yours isn't, trace it on there, and you'll have time to catch up, or you can do it with the video later. Okay. All right. So a couple of important things. I already talked to you about what's your clothes. The other thing is if you are using a red Solo cup for a water cup, for a paint water cup, don't use a red Solo cup to drink out of at the same time, because inevitably at some point you will drink the paint water. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do actually is we're going to outline just the tree trunk, and the Moosey, we're going to outline him. I'm going to, as I said in the email that I sent, I'm going to outline him with a brown fine line permanent marker, and I'm going to do the tree things with that as well. If you have a super steady hand, like I had when I was younger, and you have a liner pencil, you can go around it with a liner pencil. If you don't have either, then we'll just be super careful when we're painting around it. But this also keeps it from getting lost when we're going to paint the water, kind of over top of it. Okay. So for me, I'm just making a semi-straight, because tree trunks are not straight, a semi kind of straight line with my brown fine line marker over top of these tree trunks. And over here, these are just, we're going to stipple a lot of these, especially this area here. And so you can't really go wrong, with where these go, because we're going to kind of stipple over top of them. This is just really kind of a holding place right now.
Can I get a definition for the word stiffle, please?
It's not stipple. Stipple. Anyway, I did not call him stupid on camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and trace very carefully my moose antlers with my fine line brown pen here. Also, I want to say that different cell phones, different laptops, different computers all show color differently. So as we're painting, if I'm telling you like, okay, I'm using bright orange for this, and it looks like a washed soft orange or something like that. And Joyce, I thought I sent Joyce hers. Joyce, can you email me at paintandchilled@gmail, and we'll get it over to you. I thought I sent yours though, but we'll get it over to you. So I try to describe the colors, because many times if you're looking, it just doesn't look the same color on your whatever your device you're using as the color that I'm kind of describing. So, but in general, we really, 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 really encourage creativity. And so you'll hear me say a lot, whatever color you want. That I'm going to say that a lot, especially with water and with the sky. Whatever color you want, whatever color you see it. So I was actually talking to Cynthia. I don't know if Cynthia is on here right now, but I'm going to just show you. Oh, perfect. Okay. And so Joyce did get hers.
Okay, good.
So while everybody's kind of tracing theirs, I was talking to Cynthia earlier. I don't know if Cynthia is on here yet or not, but Cynthia was in love with the moose pattern because she loves moose. And then she has this moose tattoo. I don't know how clearly you can see it. You can't really, I don't know if you can see it again, because I don't know how clearly the colors come through. But in the background, the sky in the background of her tattoo is brilliant yellow and brilliant blue and brilliant pink colors. And I told her, wow, it would be really cool to even do your sky in those brilliant colors and maybe do glow in the dark with them. So, whatever colors that you want to use. I always paint the paintings beforehand, and then when I paint them live, they always look totally different. So I've done that, and then so the next thing we're going to do is just paint the sky and the water. It's going to kind of all be the same color, and we're going to make it different colors by highlighting it, by shading and highlighting it. Okay, so I'm going to use, you can use a 3/4 inch or an inch flat brush to do that. So I'm just going to get my brush nice and wet first, and then get the extra paint off of it. I use these white trays from the dollar store, and they because they're not, the paper ones kind of tend to absorb your paint. It drinks it up, and so I like to use these because it doesn't drink it up. And then if I'm going to use a color again later, then I still have it on the palette. So again, you can make your sky any color you want. I'm kind of, the colors that I'm using is this blue bonnet. We really like this blue bonnet from Apple Barrel, and a cheaper white. Some whites are better than others. So the sky and the water are kind of a super light blue color. So if you have a light blue color that you like, you can just use that. And then we're just going to start going across the top. And start at the top so you don't end up wearing it on yourself. And the whole thing gets painted this color. So it's kind of a good way to start. So, and really everyone, we just really are so glad that you decided to join us tonight. Everybody should just give themselves a big hug and a big pat on the back for taking care of yourself like this, because painting can just be so rewarding and so therapeutic. And I think that's one of the main things that we found out from, and then always be sure to paint all around your edges here, okay? One of the big things we found out from painting virtually over this last year was, before we were hanging out with people, having such a good time, laughing, and it's, really had a good time. And this last year, we've met the nicest people that were, sometimes we were their only socialization, and they became like family to us. And so it's meant the world to us to have people join us and, be taking care of their self-care with us. And in return, we need their care too. And so it's worked out just wonderfully. We've just had the best time doing it. So we're just going to kind of paint across here. There is no wrong or right to this, because we're going to go back and put some yellow and some orange in the sky, or pink or purple, whatever color you want, your sky to be. And the water, we're going to go back in and highlight that with a darker blue. So this is kind of a lighter blue, and it doesn't have to be solid across, the same color all the way across. And okay, who put a sad face? Who's crying? Somebody put a sad face on there. What are they crying for? Oh, Karen, what are you crying for? How can we help you? All right. So like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do the sky. If it has some lighter and darker blotchy areas, it should, because that's kind of how skies are. My brother's wife's name is Karen Davis. All right, and we're just going to kind of lightly stroke it back and forth across here. Keep it in mind, this area over here is going to be completely covered in trees. Back here is going to have some trees in the distance. This is going to have some over it. So we don't want to, you don't want to worry too much about having a perfect sky and color here. And I'm just keep wetting mine a little bit, adding some water to the brush to kind of just make it go more smoothly across. I know right here in this area, I don't have to pay a lot of attention, because I am just going to paint over it because of the tree. Same thing with this grassy area down here. I'm just going to kind of go far enough down in here where the grass starts. Karen, did you get your pattern and everything okay? Let us know if we can help. And then make sure you're going around doing the edges. And keeping in mind that I'm using a super light blue. I don't know what it looks like on your side. Okay.
I don't see anything from Karen in an email either, so
I think she requested a pattern.
I just don't see her. If we can help Karen in any way, let us know.
Yeah, I don't know if she's sad because she didn't get a pattern or
Should I
sad about
type
something
her-
else. That's okay.
Should I type her a message?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, just ask her if she's doing okay. And then when you're getting down and around the moose, I mean, we don't want to paint over him, but if you do slip over it just a little bit, it doesn't matter in this case because we're painting him a dark color and it's going to cover it up anyway. All right. So we're just going to keep filling in the water area, go around our moosey. Mom said hers is a beautiful summer sky. Perfect. Mom has a lake right behind her house. All right, so this is kind of just the first simple step here. If you get to where you went back into your paint and it ends up too thick, like I just did right here, then just add a little bit of water to it and then go back in and kind of thin it out in there if you want. I'm always glad when I do things like that so I can kind of show people for one thing, we're fun painters, not fine art painters.
We're fun art.
We're fun art. We're fun of it.
So you want me to let me get a question ready?
Yeah, Nick is going to go ahead and jump into Family Feud for us. Like I said, many times people just watch the live and go back and do the paint by the actual video because then they can pause me instead of listening to me babble on and on. I just don't want to forget to tell you guys anything. So if my babbling drives you crazy, then join Nick's club.
You ever watch a match game?
Me?
Match game on TV where you get question A or question B?
No.
Okay. Anybody else watch a match game on TV where they get question A and question B?
No.
Pick question A or question B. Which one would you like?
Left hand. Always the left hand.
So this is B.
Okay.
This is B?
B.
A,
B it is.
B. B it is. Okay. You chose this question, so here's your question.
It's probably one that I took out of the pile that I didn't want him to ask.
So now
I'm just going to switch to a smaller brush to go in between his antlers. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're talking over me.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'm in the middle of doing a
Carry
question
on.
here.
Carry on.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very
You
much.
got it. You got it. You got it.
All right. Here's how it's going to work. Family Feud question. I'm going to ask the question. You guys are going to respond. And everyone who responds to the question, I'm going to go behind the cameras, write your name down, put a number next to it. So when I do a drawing at the end of the night, you will have a number.
Yep.
So when I say number 28 or whatever, you'll know, I'll know who that is. Okay. So, Family Feud question number 1.
This brush loves to hold on to
Are you going to talk over me?
I'm talking to myself.
I don't think so.
I'm saying
I'm
to
next to you.
myself.
You're so.
Laverne heard me say this the other night. I said the same thing. I'm like, wow, this brush really likes to hold on to the paint. Sorry.
This is
carry
a perfect question for you. I'm glad you picked it.
Okay.
Tell me something people have a hard time closing. I swear to God.
No
that's the
one
question.
say mouth.
I
No
swear to
one
God,
say
that's the
mouth.
question.
No one say mouth.
Name something people have a hard time closing.
Excuse the reach, folks. Thanks, Nancy.
Jars. Mouth.
Jars, that's so true. Stephanie, that is so true. Like, why do they make jars the way they make them these days? I can't open or close them.
That was a perfect question
Perfect
for you.
timing. Thanks. Thanks a lot, pal.
Name something people have a hard time
Garage
closing.
door. Paint containers.
Paint
That's
containers.
the truth.
Somebody say, I saw something. Garage door,
Yeah,
car door,
garages.
car door, lid. Come on, keep going. Door. We got door. Come on. Come on. Drawers. Okay, I'll give you drawers. Clothes.
That's so true.
Okay, good. Clothes is a good one. Clothes, I like clothes.
There's some shoes that have the straps on them that are hard to close.
Yeah, I think they're clothes. Okay.
Shoes are
Something that you really enjoy doing. I'm surprised someone's put that one. A pill bottle. Okay.
How's that you enjoy doing? The timing. The timing of that was terrible.
Windows.
Yes.
Eyelids.
Thank you, Andrea.
Somebody else wrote that one too earlier.
Hi, Andrea. I'm so glad to see you again. It's been too long. I think I have a paintbrush of yours.
Okay. Come on. Something else that you have a hard time closing. And you do this all the time.
No, you do the dishwasher. Sorry. Sorry.
How do I get the instructions?
Joanne, email us your email to paintandchill@gmail, and we'll forward it over to you.
Yeah. Allison. Thank you.
Book. Oh, that's totally me.
Book. See, book.
I'll
Refrigerator. Yeah. I have a hard time closing. I have a magical refrigerator that if I open up and wait 10 seconds and close it,
Susan said wallet.
and reopen it, something appears.
Right. Open the fridge, look in, no.
A suitcase. Number
That's
2
true.
on the answer board. Who said suitcase?
Laverne. I rule at suitcases.
Yeah, you do.
I have so much experience. I sit on them. So that's how I
A clasp.
Yes, like the purse clasp are always such a pain in the
These are really good answers.
Yeah, they are good
Really
answers.
good answers.
Very good.
I'm going to go back over to the other side, but keep them coming if you can think of anything else
and
creative.
Sue's refrigerator, Karen. Oh, you said that.
Yeah,
For
a
Karen,
closet door.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Those were fantastic answers. All right. So if you so we're going to start on the horizon next. A lock. That's so true. You can't get your finger around it. Or those new caps on the Zephyr Hills water bottle.
Oh, yeah, what's wrong with those, huh?
So annoying. So I'm going to use cobalt blue to kind of shade along the horizon here, to define the horizon, and then to do some of the shading in to the water. Is there anybody that needs just a minute to catch up, that wants me to slow down? I'm drinking Diet Coke here. It's I don't know where Karen got to. I hope she's okay. Okay, so the next thing we are going to leap into is some shading. Okay, so let's see. I'll show you. Can you? Okay, perfect. So again, I had painted this, and then I decided to do different trees. So okay, perfect.
What happened?
Laura said that she needs just a minute.
Okay.
Perfect. So I painted this, and then I decided I would do different trees. So you can see I painted over these trees, and then I painted it, and then we went to Montana, and then I saw, took a lot of pictures of trees there, and I was like, wow, you know what? I really like the fir trees better, and then I did these kind of trees. So yours, you can choose what kind of tree you want, but as far as the shading goes, you can see we're going to do a cobalt blue just along the edge of here to kind of define the horizon. And then we're going to do some cobalt blue in here for some shading, because these are trees back here. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do some cobalt blue here, or whatever dark blue that you have. We're going to kind of do it in this area here, because the sun is coming this way. And so these trees we're all going to be in the shade. All right, and then we're going to go right ahead and do this shading around the moosey. And so those are kind of all the areas we're going to be shading with the cobalt blue. and we're going to wait just a couple minutes. Sherry and Laura and Sarah kind of catching up, so that's absolutely fine. These trees that we have in the background right here are all along the horizon here. Safety pin, yeah, I always get poked in the finger with the safety pin. I use safety pins to put my necklace, to hold my necklaces on, because I can't do the clasp on the necklace. I just can't work them. But I use the safety pin and end up stabbing myself with that. Okay, and so then we're gonna we're gonna do these little background trees over here. These are just a kind of a seafoam, like a seafoam blue color, or maybe even a blue with a little bit of gray, but they're in the distance. So we're going to do those, and those are just going to be some strokes up for that, and then we're going to go in and do the sky. Okay, so we're going to wait just a couple minutes while everybody catches up with that. I do want to say we actually just started in June. And I guess everybody probably saw it in their email that was sent with the instructions and with the pattern that we did start a paint membership party room in June. We have a wonderful group of people there who've become family to us, and they've really helped us through some tough times that we had recently in our personal lives, and we appreciate them so much, just beyond measure. A great group of people, super talented. And I do want to just give a shout out to our newest members, Chris, Rachel, Tammy, Dee. Thank you guys for joining our paint party room. I just want to tell you a little bit about, and Trina, yay, thank you, Trina. Trina just joined just a little bit ago. So while we're kind of waiting for people to get, I don't want people to feel rushed in the painting. So while we're waiting for people to get caught up a little bit, I just want to tell you a little bit about the paint party room. It's only $15 a month. We have over 60 paintings on there right now. So the paintings are there, the patterns are there, the supply lists are there. So you can paint, anytime that you want to. We provide 3, usually more, lives a month, similar to this for just the members. And we also had started a kids party room. So with the kids party room comes free because we're just starting to build that out. The kids party room comes free with the party room for right now until we can kind of get it built out more. But some of the paintings you see behind us behind me were done in the private room. And
I can change it up. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm just still trying to get names down. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. So some of these were done in the private room. These guys are some of the things that are in the kids' room. And these were some things we did. An example of, we did this we did this kind of for Father's Day. But one of the things we're able to do in the membership room is some people, of course, have more than one child, and they have a boy instead of a girl, or they have a bunch of kids. And so I usually try to make the patterns for whatever needs they have. So I'll make a pattern that has an extra couple of kids here, or things like that. So we really try to personalize it. We have all, become like family. Everybody shares ideas. And I posted the other day some of our new patterns that we have up and coming, and then right away, Nissy, she always has to think outside the box as far as what to paint on. And so she had some suggestions about that. But we have these awesome paintings that are coming up. These are our newest ones that are coming up in the party room. And this is, I love the corn one. It's so sweet, so sweet. It's got the little heart up here and the flowers in it. And then we have this adorable apples for 5 cents and kindness matters. I'm going to change the background of this one kind of when I do it. And so those are some of the new ones. This is very different than what anybody's doing with that. This one here with the bells of hay rolled up. And you're welcome, Laura, of course. But I love this one. It's kind of different with the bells of hay rolled up. Reminds me of home. And I really like that one. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. But it's only $15 a month. You can cancel anytime that you want to. And it just gives you the opportunity to paint on your own son. The videos are there. And then we have the lives as well. All right. So I think everybody is kind of mostly caught up. Sarah, Sherry, are you about caught up? Or because it's totally up to you. I don't want to rush anybody either. All right. So we're going to do with the shading. If you have an angle brush, it's best to use. It's easiest to use. Yay! Thank you, Sarah. And it works out well for me. It works out best to use an angle brush like this. But if not, you can use one of your most paintings. You can do almost all of them with your 3/4 inch brush. As long as you take really good care of it, don't leave it sitting in water because it ruins the bristles at the end. They get all messed up. But most paintings you can use even this for that. So, but since I do have the angle brush, I'm going to just get it just a little bit wet. Thank you, Sarah, Sherry. And then get a little bit of the excess off of it. And then I'm going to put just kind of the tip into the blue. So it's just a little bit watery. And then for me, I always kind of like to do it across my palette to make sure I don't have too much or too little on there. Just kind of the practice stroke. And because we aren't putting very much on there, it's not going to take us very, very far. So we'll have to reload the brush again. Okay. So, but with that, we're just going to kind of go along the horizon line here with the blue. Again, keeping in mind that some of this is going to be covered with trees and other shading. And we're going to go just kind of all the way across there, even though we know that that's going to be covered with the trees. Okay. And then we're going to just start kind of in here, adding some dark blue, some kind of watered down dark blue for the shading. Now, if it ends up too dark, then just know that you can go back over it with the lighter blue if it ends up too dark for you. What I usually like to do is just go ahead and put down the first layer of everything and then go back and fine tune. So it may not look perfect to start with, but we'll just go back and do the fine tuning. So we're just kind of like laying in some wet blue in here. Okay. If it ends up too thick, add a little bit more water, kind of spread it. Yeah, water. I was thinking water on the page. Sorry. Add a little bit more water and thin it out some if you want to. So we're just going to kind of work on just kind of getting it loosely kind of in this area here. And then it kind of fades out a little bit. And then we're going to go back and perfect it later. Okay. This, we're also going to, and so it's a little bit of, we're just kind of putting the tip in. It's just a little wet and soggy here. Okay. And then we're going to kind of define our area here for this island. So kind of the same thing. We're going to kind of go across here and define kind of where it is. And then we're just going to kind of pull some dark water down here. All right. For me, I go back a couple times and wet my brush and get the excess water out again. Otherwise, it ends up with too much blue in there. Try not to drag my hand across my canvas because the microphone picks up every little sound. So we just kind of layer it in there. If you do it on your palette first, it'll kind of help you keep from getting too much on there. And once we get our trees in here, we're going to go back and put tree shadows over top of this anyway. So not to worry about this being perfect in here. We're definitely going to go back and fine tune. But you can see it's kind of already taken some shape here. It's starting to look like water.
I like it.
Who's looking like water? Okay. And now who's ready to shade around Moosey? Everybody ready? Because it's not as hard as everybody sometimes thinks.
Look.
Okay, perfect. So we're just going to do the same thing. I'm going to, whatever brush you're using, just get it kind of wet, dip the end in it.
Don't do that. We're on camera, silly.
And then we're just going to we're going to start at his neck here. And we're just going to come down like this and around like that.
Oh,
See?
like a stream.
Ta-da!
Wow. How do you
That's
do
the
that
first
again?
one.
Do it again.
Okay. And then we're going to do it just a little bit again. Kind of comes down and around. We're going to go right by his neck and just kind of come down and around like that. And it's just that easy.
It's like magic.
I know, isn't it?
You're like a magician.
And then we're going to come by his butt. And we're going to kind of do the same thing so that it's kind of trailing back this way. And if it ended up too dark there, we'll just lighten it up with some other colors. Okay. And then, so it's kind of coming all around his body like that. If your lines are thicker here than you want them to be, you can get one of your other brushes and just kind of pounce on it like this to lighten it up some. If you want it lighter.
Did you mention to the folks out there that we're giving out prizes?
I did. 5 prizes,
Five
you
prizes.
said. 5.
Did you tell them what the prizes are?
Nope, because you said we were going to surprise them with the prizes.
Maybe. Well, if we tell them what the surprise prize is, maybe they'll.
It's not a surprise
It's
anymore.
not a surprise anymore, and maybe they'll actually, because there's several people who didn't contribute to the questions. I want everyone to get a chance to win here.
So at the end of the evening, we are going to pick 5 names. You'll be receiving a gift card and did we say 15? And 15% off the first month's membership if you decide to sign up for the Paint and Chill Party Room. So that's part of it.
So 5 lucky people?
Yes, 5 lucky people. So we're also going to, well, we have that blue. We're going to go underneath of him here and do some shading in there. So I'm going to let you guys just work on kind of getting that the way you like it for a couple minutes. And keeping in mind that we will go back and perfect all of it. Okay? Because we're going to go back and add some other colors in there. And it's definitely one of those, this area here that you just kind of keep just kind of working it till it's kind of the way you like it. And if you don't, we'll go back and perfect it. But sometimes you get to, you're welcome, Diane. Diane, I keep saying we're going to go up by Diane and paint with her. She's not that far away. And Pam, we have somebody from Port St. Lucie we can paint with too. All right. How's everybody feeling about your shading of the moosey going through the water?
Does that actually help? Maybe it might help that way a little bit better. No.
What's that?
I changed the camera angle.
Change the camera angle?
Because you put the paint can right in front of the screen there.
Where? Oh, I put the water here? Because you moved the camera.
Hey, it's Sue!
Hey, Sue, we have missed you so much. I'm so glad you're joining us. All right. How's everybody feeling about the shading? It's shady. Like my moose is being stubborn, Kelly said. That is a new phrase. So we are gonna go back and keep kind of working that. Once we get the that's gonna just be our basic start, and then we're gonna go back and just keep adding and adding and adding. Okay. So not to fret too much if he's not perfect yet as far as the moose flow going on there. All right. So so the next thing we're going to do is add some yellow, some yellows, orange, whatever color you want back here. Nick likes to put purple in his skies. And if Cynthia's on, I know Cynthia with her brilliant colors and her tattoos, that would be beautiful on there. So we're just going to add some yellows, and then we're going to just keep going back and building on these areas. Okay. So we're going to do some yellows and some orange back in here. The sun is kind of like right in here. So we're going to kind of put the yellows and the oranges down around that and then put the sun on. Okay. Is everybody good with that? Is everybody through shading? Except Kelly with her stubborn moose.
What's a stubborn moose? That's a stubborn donkey, right? Now, is Kelly painting a donkey or a moose?
Apparently her moose is as stubborn as a donkey. So I'm going to wet my brush, my 3/4 inch brush, and I like to use this dandelion. I don't know why I say that every single time, don't I? Every time. Daffodil is my favorite. Thank you, Sue. I'm so glad you're back with us. It's folk art. It's multi-surface paint. It's nice and thick yellow. So many times yellow is super thin. So this particular yellow you can use for just about anything. But I'm just going to kind of wet it down a wee bit. Like I said, I like to do it across my palette so it's not. So I kind of know what color I'm dealing with. So the yellow kind of, it's heavier here in the middle. So I'm going to kind of start here in the middle. And then as I run out of paint, I'm going to kind of do it across over here where I know I'm going to run out at. And you can make it brilliant yellow if you want to. What is your moose doing to you, Kelly? And then we're just going to kind of, just do your yellow across here until it just kind of, your brush kind of runs out.
So Kelly, we're going to have to see pictures of your moose. Your Fandango moose.
That's being uncooperative.
Yeah. Can you move the camera closer to the canvas? It's hard seeing what I could try that.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. Thank you for that.
I could try that. Give me a second to work on that, please.
Okay, perfect. All right, and I'll try to get my body out of it better, Sarah. So with the yellow, we're just kind of, and again, the yellow on your screen might look like orange because different screens show kind of different colors. So you can put as much yellow in here as you want. And then the sun's kind of going to be there. And then we're just going to kind of do the same thing across the water because the yellow is going to be reflecting across the water. What are you doing? Are you asking me to move the water? Sorry, I'm trying to read Nick's sign language. Sorry about that. Okay, he's working on camera angle. So meanwhile, we're just going to kind of do, the yellow kind of, because the sun is kind of over here. We're just going to kind of do this across the water. And kind of over into the tree area. Mine is super watered down yellow. Okay. And then it's going to come across these trees that are going to be here. Is that better? Sarah, is that any better? And then it's going to kind of come across here, a little bit over here. Later, we're going to put some on his antlers too when we get him painted. Okay, so the reflection is going to kind of come across like that. And then we're going to do the same thing with orange. I'm going to go ahead and do mine, and then we're going to make sure. I don't think that camera angle is quite right now. And then we'll stop for just a wee bit to make sure that everybody's caught up, that they can see okay. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with the orange and kind of try to hit some of the areas that the yellow didn't hit. So I'm going to. Can
you bring the painting a little higher?
What do you mean, pick it up?
See, I got to take the banner out of the way now.
Okay. That's fine. You can take it. You can move it in. So I'm just, again, this is chrome orange, and it's actually Craft Smart, so it's really inexpensive. And so I'm just using that watered down. For an orange, I like this because it's a nice thicker color. And let's see. And again, most of the orange is going to kind of be in this area here because the sun is kind of be there. So I'm going to kind of start here. And then I'm just going to keep kind of doing this until it runs out of orange. I'm going to cross here. And you can just keep doing it till it smooths the edges. Or you can use one of your other soft brushes. This one's not soft. You can use one of your other soft brushes to kind of go in and soften it up if you want to do that, especially that, the edges, if you don't want stark edges there, you can kind of do that. And that way it's kind of a nice soft color unless you want it to be a super brilliant color. So now I'm just using a dry, soft brush to kind of meld it all together. Okay. And then I'm going to go into, let me wet my brush a little bit more. Sarah, did that help at all? She said that closeness, but above her would be perfect. Okay. And then, yeah, that makes sense. And then we're going to do the orange kind of down here as well. Whoa, that was too much orange. I should have looked what I was doing there. So the orange is going to kind of come here. You can see I just splotted down more orange than I would like, but that's fine because I can use one of the soft brushes, like my filbert brush. If it ends up too thick like this, I don't want for me, I don't want it to be quite so thick. I want it to be more of a step there, but I wasn't looking at what I was doing when I did it. So I can just kind of soften it in there with another brush. And then it takes that sharp edge off of it. There we go. That looks like it helps some. Perfect. Thank you. We appreciate your feedback on that so much. And you'll notice too, sometimes you'll paint and you'll think, oh, that's the perfect color. And then the canvas will drink up the paint and then it's not the perfect color anymore. So that's why we kind of just work in stages so we can go back and, just put down the first layer and then we'll go back and just add to it to get it where we would like for it to be. I like my sky. What do you think about my sky? I like it. It's so weird because when I look at it on the canvas, it's a light peachy color. And when I look at it on the monitor, it's not a light peachy color. So that's so strange when that happens.
Can you move your antlers out of the way, please?
Sorry, guys. Sorry if my antlers are in the way. Sorry about that. Can't take them off now because my hair is all flat.
Sarah's going to complain that your antlers are in the way, and I have to come over there and chop them off.
She wasn't complaining. It was a suggestion. Kelly, how are you doing with your stubborn moose?
And also, I have 2 questions for you to choose from. If you guys are ready, let me know if you're ready. And Sarah said no. Yes.
She said no too.
If you read Sarah's comments, first of all, she says yes, and it's no, and then it's ha ha.
My side hurts now.
Sarah, I think we're going to get along swimmingly.
Very good. Very good. I like that.
She says, move your arm, it's in the way. Okay, I think people are ready for a question. You ready for a question?
Go for it. We're just going to go in and put just kind of, highlights in this little area here.
All right, I'll put myself in the small box this
Okay.
time with you.
Okay.
If you can share some room.
Okay. Get your arm out of the way. Which way should I go? Here, I'll go this way.
Okay. Okay, again, question A or question B?
Always left hand.
No.
Oh, wait. I think he's stacking the deck because
I know what your answer is going to be.
I always say left. Go to the left.
Which one you want?
Um,
Left it is. Okay.
It's fast. It's the fastest traffic light ever.
All right. Ready for the Family Feud question. Remember, you got to be in it to win it. That's a little lotto saying. Okay. Family Feud. Move your antlers like right.
I moved them.
Name a word polite people use instead of a curse word. So the answer of the question is name a word that polite people use instead of a curse word. And do not put a curse word on there. What's this, family friendly?
Yeah, family friendly. Although some of our members have been known to go to the edge of the
And you could use words. I'll give you one example of a word.
Okay.
Shucks. Shucks. Hey, look.
Dag nabbit. That's what Joni said earlier. Oh, that's what Joni and Kelly both said. Shoot. Bless your pea-picking heart, Laverne.
Who said that one?
She said bless your heart, but we always said bless your pea-picking heart.
Son of a gun. Shoot.
What was it my neighbor used to say? It cracked me up. She'd be like, shut the door.
She'd
do like,
shut the front door.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You guys just crashed my computer with all these comments.
Oh my Sugar. Oh, fiddlesticks. That's it. Yeah, I remember that one too.
Oh my God, there were so many questions that came in once and actually shut down the server.
Sugar honey iced tea. Oh, I haven't heard that one. I've never heard snickets either.
Put a sock in it. Who said that?
Oh, flip. That's what Lindsay used to say all the time. Flip. Oh, flip.
What about frack?
Frack?
Frack.
No, I've never heard of frack. I've heard of freaking frack.
Freaking frack?
Yeah, I think that's people, isn't it?
Phooey.
Oh, fudge.
Tag nabbit.
I think everybody should record themselves saying these things and submit them.
Come on, these are good questions. I gotta admit, these are really good questions.
They should record themselves saying it, email it to us, and we'll just make a whole little video of them saying it.
Fudgesicle. That's a...
Oh no, now you guys are gonna make him hungry. Sue, oh no.
That's good.
Those were great.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're going to have to start our own Family Feud questions with those.
All right, let me go back over here. Keep hanging. We got a lot to do here yet. Come on.
All right, so the...
Stop fracking around.
Fudge. I'm going to steal about half of those. So we're going to put the sun in the sky. It's kind of like right here. You can use the... Unless again, you have a super... steady hand can draw a perfect circle. I'm going to use the end of this dowel that I have, but you can use the end of one of your fatter paintbrushes. Just dab it in the orange if you decide you want your sun orange. My sun is orange. You can do yellow if you want, or pink for that matter. When we were in Montana, we saw the most beautiful, exquisite orange sun. I literally could not believe my eyes. But it was so smoky when we were there the last time. But anyway, I digress. So we're going to put the orange in the middle here. You can put it wherever kind of in the sky that you want it to be. I'm putting mine just a little bit lower. Keep in mind there's going to be trees for about that much of the area, about an inch. So the sun, you're going to want the sun to be kind of a little bit further up here. So you can use Lordy B. That's a good one. So you can use the end of your one of your fat paintbrushes and put it in your palette, and then put it on your palette just to make sure it's the size that you want. I'm going to use this dowel just because I happen to have one, so I'm going to put it here, and then I'm always going to dab it, make sure it's like the good size for me. So I'm going to do that and just stick it here. Boom, sun. And then you can always go back and perfect the sky and the highlighting everything you want on the sky after we get, some of these other areas done. Okay. So we really, there's many times when we're painting that you get to a point and you're like, oh my God, this is looking ugly. This is not turning out the way I thought it was going to turn out at all. That happens many, many times. So if you're at that and you're looking at it like, I don't think this is going to work, it's going to work. We just put like the basics down, then we go back and kind of build on those. All right. So never fear. By the time we get all of our shading and everything in, it's going to look spectacular. So the next thing we're going to work on is this skyline back here. And it's just a bunch of trees in the distance. So we're really just going to be able to use our scruffy brush or any flat brush that you have that has like stiff ends. That is not the one because it doesn't have a stiff end to it. Where'd it go to? Yeah. Maybe something like this that got ruined because somebody borrowed your brushes and they left them sitting in water and it made your ends get ruined. Anyway, and for these back here, they're just in the distance, so we're just gonna be, just doing kind of strokes up like that. And we're gonna do it all the way across here because you can see behind this tree line, you can see some of these back in here. And that kind of gives it, the idea that there's, the skyline is back there. So I'm going to use a color that's called Seafoam. It's really kind of a blah, like grayish green color. And so I'm just going to go along back there. It's really just, just strokes with no definition. It doesn't matter what size they are. You can tell by looking at this one, that doesn't really matter what size they are. They're just going to be some are short, some are tall, some are short, some are tall. So we're just going to do random all the way across over here. Okay. All right. So again, I'm going to use this seafoam green color. Yeah, I've already got paint on me. Actually, that wasn't too bad for me. So this is kind of the color. I don't know what color it comes out on your screen though. So it's kind of a grayish green color. And then I'm just going to start over here and I'm just going to, make kind of tree shapes up and then some, get over here so you can see better. And, just to have some little trees coming up like this and then some bigger trees kind of coming up like that. It's just really a representation more than anything. Okay. Just kind of making them, some of them are going to go up tall. Some of them are going to kind of go up in like a little triangle shape or however you want to do it.
You okay? You stopped talking. What happened?
You're just not used to me stop talking.
Is everybody okay over there? Everything went quiet on me and I freaked.
He was like, oh my God, we lost sound because nobody's talking. Nobody's saying anything.
What color are you using?
This color I'm using, Diane, is called it's a ceram coat. It's called Seafoam, and it's really it's like a grayish green color. And I just am using, this is just a scruffy brush. It's like a brush that got ruined. So it's just it's firmer and it's really I think it's a number 6 bright. But any scruffy brush will do. Any brush that has a pretty scruffy end, like like some of the brushes, like this one, I think that I stole from Andrea. Where is Andrea's brush that I have here? Anyway, these are like, this is kind of super soft, and so it's not going to make that stroke. But anything that has a firm end to it, that has a scruffy end, or a brush that got ruined. I hope that helps to kind of explain it. But it's just, and these are just like strokes. They're suggestions of trees in the backgroround. My mom said her dog is snoring. Does anybody else have snoring dogs or snoring cats interrupting their painting? My cat snores as loud as a dog does, I swear.
So did you answer what type of paintbrush? Did you say what size it was? Did you,
It's a this paintbrush is a number 6 bright, but it's a ruined brush. Quite honestly, Nick probably used it and left
Wow.
it in the water.
Wow.
And so
That's
when you
nice.
do that-
Thanks.
When you do that, if you leave your paintbrush in the water, then it ends up, it ruins your edges. See how this doesn't have a sharp edge anymore? And that's because you leave it in the water and it ruins the end of the bristles. So
I
any
don't know
kind of
how I got blamed for
any
that.
kind of ruined brush that got ruined that has a stiff end to it, you can kind of use for that. And as far as this background color, you can use, any lighter colored blue or any lighter colored green, or you can, mix some colors, take one of your greens and add a lot of white to it and add it back here, because this is really only suggestions of trees in the distance. I'm putting some of these higher back here because I want them to be seen over these trees here. Actually, I don't know why that.
Hey, Elaine. Good to see you.
Hi, Lane. I'm glad you're popping on. Glad you're taking some time for yourself. Get some rest. Put your feet up. Take care of yourself.
So is that supposed to be a sun in the center, or is that did you drop some paint on it?
That's supposed to be a sun. Thank
Just
you
giving
very much. Thank
some
you.
critical,
Did somebody ask that?
No,
or-
no.
Andrea, yeah, he's not used to it being quiet. It freaks him out when it's quiet. He always, because he's a sound engineer, he's like, uh-oh, something happened. Andrea just got back. Were you guys back? She had a lovely, lovely vacation and time away. So again, these are just hints of trees back there. So, they're not even like super noticeable back in the back there. So they're just kind of strokes up. Is everybody getting that okay? The little guys back here?
No, if you want, I could tell a story while you're painting, if you'd like. I mean,
See, I think that kind of comes through okay, right? I'm looking at what it looks like on my monitor. What kind of story are you telling?
I could tell a story about that painting.
This painting?
Yeah,
You can?
I can make up a story.
Oh, God.
No? All right. So it would have been a good story, but
Okay, well, then tell
no,
it.
no. You said no.
Okay.
No story for you today.
All right. So I'm gonna stop with my random trees because otherwise I'll just add too much and then it'll be a big old blotch back there. So that's about all that I'm gonna put back there. Again, it's just a suggestion of trees in the distance. So I am going to, while you guys catch up, I'm going to clean my brush really good, not leave it in the water even though it's already ruined, and dry it off. And I'm going to switch. My water is dirty now, and so I'm going to switch my water. Thank you.
got more water over there.
Okay, perfect.
Still quiet again.
They're thinking. Billy, I use they have these at the Dollar Tree, and it's styrofoam. It's not great for the environment, and I apologize for that. But they have 30 in a pack for $1. So I use these because I usually go through a couple different colors in one painting. And so I know later I'm going to go back and use some more of this blue that I used originally. And so I can keep this because it stays nice and wet because it's on the styrofoam. It doesn't, thank you. It doesn't drink up the water like the paper plates do. And I don't really care much for the plastic ones that have the little tubs in it, because then when I'm trying to, mix paints together or add water to them, it's not quite enough room. So those are nice. Actually, they're nice for the kids, but because I tend to, use a couple different color paints at the same time, then I like to have these. They are super nice. As far as the canvas goes, this is a 16 by 20 canvas. In the members room, whenever we're doing a painting, I always put in there, well, I don't always, it depends on the painting, but I usually put in there the 16 by 20 pattern, a 9 by 14 pattern, 9 by 12 pattern, 11 by 14 pattern, all different sizes in the membership room. Then that way, the members can paint on whatever they want to paint on, because a couple of them are painting in media books, which I've learned from them, that I've started kind of doing that sometimes too, and those are all different sizes. So in the membership room, the patterns are all different sizes. Yeah, Billy, it's just a lifesaver. There's 30 of them for $1, so you can't, you just can't beat that. Okay, so if we've got, does everyone mostly have the little fake looking distant trees in the background? Okay, then we're going to work in this area here to kind of put some trees in here, and we are going to use some brown for the tree limbs. Is that brown? Yes, brown iron oxide. And I'm going to wet my brush, and I'm using an angle brush. It has a nice sharp edge to it, so I'm going to use that to make the line. But you could use a liner brush, or you can use the edge of your 3/4 inch brush if you want to as well. So over here, these trees too in this area are meant to be background trees, so they're not going to have a great deal of detail to them. So we're just going to do, we're just going to go up with these trunks. They don't have to be straight. That one, now you see why I use a marker for stuff, because I don't have a steady hand anymore. But the trunks are just going to kind of be here, and then we're going to go back and stipple over all of that. Thank you, Elaine. She said she loves our moose antlers. I actually saw the other day, I don't know if you guys have heard of them or not, but they're called skinny pigs. And it's basically a guinea pig with no hair. And so because it has no hair, it's pretty weird looking. And so they charge like $180 for him. And he had this kind of fur on his face, but he had no other fur. He was super skinny. All right. Do we have the right camera angle, cameraman? Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to use a darker green than this, but a lighter green than the and then I'm going to use another darker green on top of it. So that's the distant tree. This particular color is called, it's Ceramcoat's medium foliage green, and it's kind of this color. Where's the camera? How do I show them? Where's it at? It's colored this color
Just
green.
paint, Lord.
And then we're going to put a darker in
Lordy.
front of it.
Oh, Lordy, just paint.
That's it. See, he's already stealing you guys' ideas. And we're just going to stipple in there. And so what stippling is, let me get my paint down here. Put a glob of this medium color green, and get my brush I'm going to stipple with. So stippling too is going to use this. This is a 6 flat with ruined ends to it, super stiff brush. There was a bristles like a toothbrush almost. So you're just going to kind of go into the paint, and then you can kind of tell. You can just kind of pounce on here. So it's called stippling or pouncing, and then we're just going to kind of start pouncing around these tree trunks that we painted, and we're going to kind of pounce this whole area here. It's not intended to have any like real definition to it. because it's trees in the distance. It's it's kind of just a representation of trees. And you're going to just kind of pounce it onto the canvas. And you don't want to like necessarily cover the, the whole tree, the whole area. It's kind of intended for some of those trees that we had in the background to still kind of be seen back there. So we're just going to kind of form a general tree pattern because it's intended to be in the distance. Okay.
Those are some mighty fine trees you got there, lady.
Yeah, Montana were mighty fine trees. So if you kind of pounce down kind of at an angle, but also knowing that, no trees are perfectly shaped, we know that. And then we're going to kind of work down smaller as we get to the end of our island, which is, kind of over here by the sun. So we're going to kind of end our trees over here. They're going to be now kind of more looking like bushes, just kind of triangle shapes like that. This particular one, Charlene, is it's a number 6 flat, but it's a ruined number 6 flat. So you can see the bristles are all out of shape and everything. And so any firm brush that you have will work. Your soft ones, like the ones that feel like a makeup brush like this, these don't pounce very well, but they do kind of, soften, but they don't pounce very well. So just anything that has, any brush that has a stiff end to it, pretty firm end, or especially if it has ruined ends to it. All right. And you can, try the pouncing. It's really just kind of bouncing up and down, making just kind of a general shape. Okay. And then it just kind of goes kind of shorter, like it's brush or brushes or bushes kind of further in this area here because the island ends kind of right here. And we're just going to kind of continue to pounce in this area here. Then we're going to go back over and add some even darker colors. Does somebody else need a pattern? So it's on an island. So this part right here is kind of land right in here. So we'll go back over that with some brownish green. All right. So again, sometimes we paint and just like, it's like, whoa, that's looking ugly. But we just know that we're going to go back, do another layer, fine tune it, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to go back over with, they're not Bob Ross trees. I'm going to go back over with a darker green. I didn't wash my brush out. I'm just going back over with a darker green. And just kind of going over some of the areas so it kind of looks like there's a tree in front of a tree. And there's some darker areas there. I'm just kind of just pouncing it on there to give the implication of a tree. It is fun art, not fine art. But if you feel like you're getting lost or you're just like, I'm getting lost. I don't know where I'm at. This isn't looking right. Please just say something so we can help you get on to the next step. Or if the trees are getting on your last nerve, then just leave the trees and we'll go back over the trees and just take a breather and we'll catch up with the trees later. And then just take a breather. We'll do our the rest of our highlighting and everything and do our moosey. And then we'll go back. What are you laughing at?
Did you call it a moosey?
I know. Sorry. He's moosey.
I'm gonna bust you on that one.
Moosey?
Moosey.
He's a moosey.
All right, I'm gonna find another question.
All right, go for it.
Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. And again, this is just, there's no wrong or right here. You just pounce it in there to kind of make it look like foliage from a distance on an island, which as blind as I am, that's pretty much what it looks like anyway. I can't see very well at all. All right. And of course, when we go back and kind of do our fine tuning, one of the things we'll do, my brush was losing its hair. Oh, good. I just smeared my sun there. And we'll put some highlights around this where the sun would be shining on it. Okay. So I'm going to clean that green. All right, and I'll wait for you guys to catch up. And then we're going to use the same brush to do these trees over here and the grass over here. Here comes the question, man.
Okay. A or B?
Right hand.
Just the right. Stage right or house right?
Right.
I see. Those who are in the industry know what stage right is and house right is. Okay. That could be another question. All right. Here's the question. Okay.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. I like the other one better, but that's okay. We'll go with this one. All right. Since you picked this one,
Okay.
here we go.
While he's doing that, I'm going to fix my sun that I messed up here.
Okay. Here we go. Question number 3 of the night. Name something you might watch through binoculars.
Ooh.
Mm.
Moose.
You can't answer the questions.
Sorry, I take it back. Don't say moose. I didn't mean to say moose.
Name something that you might watch. You might watch? Name something you might watch.
Is it night watch or might watch?
Might watch.
Oh.
Might.
Okay.
Watch.
Birdies. Yay.
Through binoculars.
Birdies.
Okay. Birdies. Birdies it is.
I love birdies.
Wow, everybody's just blowing up this computer today, huh?
Birdies.
Let's see what else we got here. Wow. All right, what else we got here? Wow. Oh my goodness.
Your neighbor. Catherine and Robin both said your neighbor. Oh, waterfall. Yeah. Bear. No, there's no such thing as bear. Louis said neighbors too.
Neighbors.
Andrea's husband said girls. Way to go, Mike. Way to go.
The girl next
Girl
door.
next door.
Squirrels. Let's see. Let's go back a little bit. We missed some of these.
Killing some people. Fish.
Fish.
Eagles, I wish. A concert, yes, because you're in it so far away.
Birds. Let's see what else we got here. Snow.
Snow.
How do you watch snow through binoculars?
Well, in Montana, I did have to take the Hunter wanted some snow pictures on the mountain. There was very little snow left, so I did have to do that for him.
Okay. Come on, guys. We are. Let me mute my mic here. Hang on a second. We're missing something else that you might watch with binoculars. Maybe it's not binoculars. Maybe it's a one binocular that you would look.
Monocle?
No, I wouldn't say the word. If I say the word, you're going to know what it is. But it's like
Periscope?
a binoculars.
A
But
telescope?
God.
She's trying to be helpful. Clearly, I'm not, but I was trying.
Boats.
Thinking cool. Theater, yes.
Stars.
Oh,
there it
I miss
is.
theater
Stars.
so much.
Stars.
Stars, yes.
See?
Why didn't I think of that? We've done so many star pictures too.
Yeah. Stars. Stars are us.
All right. So we're gonna work on the trees on this side here. So I'm just gonna use my angle brush to do a brown crooked trunk, even though I have the brown, that I did with my marker. So I'm going to do a brown crooked trunk, not by choice, but just because I can't. An enemy.
Somebody said a sub. Kelly, is that a
Subs.
sub?
Like
Now you're
Subway?
Now you're gonna make him hungry. The trees over here on this side, you can do as many or as little as you want. And I'm getting this water off here. I keep dripping. I've got such a bad habit of doing that lately. You can do as many or as few trees as you want over here. I actually kind of wish I wouldn't have done this little tree here because to me the moose is like the center of attention. So it doesn't necessarily need all of these, these trees. So I wish I would have let the little one off. So yeah. So then we're just gonna do
Submarines in the water.
We're gonna do.
How can you see them if they're in the water, Kelly? They're in the water.
Oh my god. So I'm just using the angle brush and I sharpened it by getting it into paint and then just pulling it like this, and it kind of like sharpens it like a pencil. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of go over the your tree limbs might be different than mine because Nick was kind enough to put these lines on and I can't see them very well in some of these areas, or maybe that's the way the pattern was. So we're just going to kind of put these.
Okay.
I'm just randomly putting mine on here. However, okay. What'd she say? Can't stay underwater forever.
She's funny.
This Kelly girl's got some sass.
I know she does. She's hired. That's it.
She's gonna be just swimming.
All right. So I'm
Doggone
gonna
it.
make a little tree here. Okay. So these trees. These trees, that was kind of why I did this with this, because there's so many different ways to do trees, and I like just that plain stark, but I just wanted to show you, like, these trees up here are a lot of stippling. Okay, so where'd my stipple brush go? So so stippling is just, dabbing it in there and just poking it up and down. So I had decided I would be like, wow, wouldn't it be cool if this was all fall colors, because fall is coming up. And then I put some leaves down there because if it's fall, they're gonna fall everywhere. So if you decided you want to do this tree, then you already have your branches in there and everything, and you're just going to stipple it like we've been stippling all of these back there. You're just going to put orange down and then stipple. I'll make it bigger so you can kind of see, and just stipple and completely fill it up with orange, and then maybe go back over it with the yellow. So I wanted to show you that you could do a full tree like that if you want to. Just because I just got back from Montana, I was really studying the fir trees there, and so I really like the starkness of the fir trees, and if you use that same stipple brush or any brush, but just keep it dry, get all the water out of it, keep it dry. And then I'll show you on the palette first. And practice in your palette first. And just do little short strokes like that. Then it looks like little pine fir, okay? So I'll kind of show you on here, on the old one. And you can practice it on your palette before you decide on your tree. But for the short little fir for the pine, it's just a straight up and down, just a short little stroke. How can I do that and not have my hand in the way? Let's see. Just have it straight up and down and just a short little strokes like that. So just short little ones like that. Or if you like the one that's in the painting, it's more similar to like these, where they stippled on it according to where the branches were, and then went back and stippled over top of it. Okay, So I just want to show you a couple of different ways. And then these trees up here, just want to show you a couple of different ways to do the trees. And then these trees up here, you could do that with these trees, and it's really just your trunk, and then straight up, and then just pull it out, and you'll run out of paint pretty quickly. So you have to go back and reload it. But I just wanted to show everybody a couple of different options of how to do the trees. Okay, and that's why mine has so many. My original has so many different trees on it. Okay, all right. So
what are you gonna do on the actual painting? You're gonna do the
on
trees?
mine, I'm actually going to do the short little fur ones.
The furry short
Yeah,
ones.
I like them because I don't want the attention away from the moose, and so I'm just going to do some short little furry strokes on mine. Makes it look like a pine tree, like where I grew up at. And so you can see they're just, they're just short little strokes on the end.
All right, just watch your hand because Sarah's going to call you out on it.
I know, I'm trying to see my view there to make sure my hand isn't in front of it. So you're just going to kind of come straight down like that. So that's kind of how I'm doing mine. You're welcome to do the stippling on yours, like that we stippled these. You will have to load your brush frequently because I'll just start at the top because I'm going to drag my hand through it. And even at the top, we have the pine needles that kind of grow off of there like that. The fan brushes are fantastic, Susan. That's very, very true. That's what I used to do the original ones in the background. And Susan brought up a really good point. Fan brushes are so fantastic for trees and also for water. There's so much you can do with them. I try to just show people how to paint without having to spend a lot of money on brushes, but a fan brush is something that's definitely a good investment if you're going to be painting. So my other thing is I try to be a minimalist. I don't always succeed, but I try to be a minimalist, and so I think that's partially why I like the starkness of these pine trees as well, and because I grew up in North Carolina. And all we had was pine trees. So I like how stark they look. But again, you can do whatever trees you want.
It almost looks like a cold or cool fall or winter. And the sun's low in the sky. And the trees are barren.
And it's not 97% humidity.
And that little Moose Fandango is just on his way home.
He's just sailing.
He's been out all day, just foraging and rummaging around. He's like, I'm just going to head home now. Back to my house. As you can see, we're self-entertaining.
Yes, we were locked down way too long. We became very used to just entertaining our own selves.
What did we do that one time? I made a beach for you in the bedroom.
Yeah, we made a beach in the bedroom, or he made a beach in the bedroom.
I actually got the TV out, the big TV out, and put a beach scene on there, and made it hot in the house, and put beach chairs in the bedroom, and
That was when you.
And put her feet in water.
We bought at one of the marketplaces, at Facebook Marketplace. We found cheapy those foot massager things. We found cheapy foot massager things. We got those, and so we sat there with those. Who else did crazy stuff during the lockdown? It was like whatever we can do to entertain ourselves. Well, and we ate a lot. Sunburn.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put just while you guys do your Sandy Buck cry, while you guys do your tree of choice, I'm going to put just a couple more branches on my tree here.
Is it too soon for another question? You want to wait a little?
Never too soon for another question. Are you kidding me?
All right. All right, should I ask another question now, or should I wait, or should I do it from here?
No, don't be lazy. Come here and do it.
I'm not lazy. More convenient to be over here.
I'm just adding some more little limbs on mine.
Now, I know you said limbs, not limbs.
Not Lynn,
Okay.
although I'm glad we have Lynn for sure.
All right, let me ask this next question. Give me a minute to get over there. It's long travel. Hang on.
All right. Does anybody need help with their trees? What kind of trees you decided to do? Just let me know if I can help. I just like these because they kind of match.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna.
Option A or option?
You only have one option there. We've run out of options.
We were never out of options. Okay. Well, it looks good.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold it sideways so that you can maybe see a little bit better. It's just short little. It's just short little. Remember we saw that the goats. We did see goats, wild mountain goats, when we were in Colorado, and they were this big. The goats were this big.
They were like this. They were way back here in this little mountain.
That's what they were.
It's like,
He
there's
was
a
like,
goat.
there's a goat. I'm like, that's a gnat. Anyway.
All right. Okay, here's your question. It's not really a question. It's more of a fill in the end of the sentence.
Oh, Lord. Here we
Okay.
go.
So here we go. I own a ridiculous amount of what? Fill in the blank.
Ridiculous amount of equipment.
I
Technical
own
equipment.
a ridiculous amount of
Electronics.
what? Fill in the blank there.
Electronics for you.
Look at shoes.
Shoes, yes.
Shoes again.
No, never enough shoes. That's
Shoes, pants,
never ridiculous.
fabric, yarn,
Oh,
craft
fabric.
supplies.
That's Mama.
They just blew up my computer.
That's Mama. Mama has just a ridiculous amount.
Well, here we go. Ready? Here.
Craft supplies. Yes. All this. Mama said mosquitoes.
Beach chairs.
Beach chairs. Come on down, Sarah. Bring them to Florida.
Dishes, clothes,
Dishes.
shoes,
Oh my gosh. We have enough.
cookware.
Yeah, cookware is it. Well, LaBern, I'm sure. LaBern is
Craft supplies.
she's our cook, guys. But yeah, we have enough.
Rubber stamps. I have to. Okay.
Oh yeah, I did used to love to do that too. But yeah, we have enough. We could open
Johnny,
a restaurant.
DVDs.
Yes. We could open a restaurant. We have so much kitchen
Elaine,
supplies.
purses.
I'm just going back and adding some little pine cone looking things to mine.
That's really good. Good stuff there. Purses.
I know, that is good.
Let's see. I'm gonna go back through and see if I see anything that's unique.
That was all you need.
Yarn. Oh, Stephanie Lynn. Pets.
Oh, I wish I did used to have a lot of pets.
Yeah.
This is true. I'm not so bad anymore, but I had, what do we have? We had 6 geckos. We had 6 hermit crabs.
Stephanie, what pets do you have? Let me turn my mic on too. So. Hey, Stephanie, what pets do you have? Go to Yellowstone, you'll see lots of animals. We saw moose, elk, bear, and more.
No, Yellowstone is not that far from where we were, was
I
it?
think it was 6 hours or 4 hours. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
we should have gone. We were plants. Yes, that is usually a ferret. I love them. They're so sweet.
A ferret and a
We
cat.
were, and I used to have a huge garden space, and I mean, I still have a garden space, but not as many, not as many plants now. But I can't resist plants. I just can't resist them. I save every seed. Like it's so ridiculous. Like how many seeds could you possibly plant? But I just keep saving them. All right, I added some little pine cone looking things to my tree. You can, like, if you decided to do that, you can add them to yours or not add them to yours, or you can add them over here in these trees over here too, if you want to kind of give it some depth over here. This whole area right here gets painted green as well, and it's grassy, and we're going to use the same brush, but I'm not going to bottle some wine.
Laverne, we're coming
All right,
over.
that's it. We'll be right there, Laverne. We can help you with that problem.
Yes, we know how to help you with that ridiculous amount of bottles of.
Bottles of wine. Help is on the way, Laverne. Don't worry about it. But this area right here is all green grass. But for me, if I paint this area right now green grass, even though I have green readily available and I'm using green, I will end up leaning over and getting this on my clothes. So I'm going to wait till last to kind of do this. So this is kind of some sparse pine trees. I like them. I like them like that. The stippled ones are pretty cool too. After going to Montana, I was like, I knew once I got there and I was looking around the trees, I knew that I was going to paint those kind of trees in the painting. So the next thing we're going to do is paint our moosey. And then after we paint our moose, we're going to, until Laverne said, all right, cheers, cheerio. After we paint our moose body and antlers, then we're going to go back and kind of refine some areas, okay? And Robin, do you need us to wait for a second?
Let us know.
We can wait. We're just gonna paint the moosey next here.
Or does she need any help?
Do you need help with anything? And if you want to, please don't feel like you have to do it real fast. It's something afterwards that you can always go back and do too. So it's kind of a balance for us to try to make sure that we don't take too long on the paintings, because it's a long time for people. Oh, Smoky Mountains. Aw. It's so hot here right now. Any mountain sounds good. But we try to, and I try to keep the classes to 2.5 hours. You got it, Sherry. We're going to wait up for Sherry for just a moment. So, and I'm sure there's other people too, Sherry. I'm not talking about just you, but it's a balance to try to keep the classes around 2.5 hours, because after that, people start dropping like, oh, I'm tired now. So, but on the other hand, we don't want people to feel rushed. So if you get to an area, maybe like the trees or something like that you want to spend a whole lot more time on, then you can always go back to those too. But we'll definitely wait up for a couple of minutes. I need something to drink. I need a water change. Everybody probably needs a water change. I have another water over here. We're going to use some of our green and brown that we do have out to kind of finish this island here. And then we'll have our brown to be able to do our moosey. And he actually is, oops, I'll stick my hand out. So for me, I used the brown, actually used the brown oxide and mixed kind of the burnt sienna together a little bit. And then I highlighted him with a lighter brown, his highlight colors there. So we'll wait just a moment. I need to get something to drink anyway.
All right, so while you're drinking water.
No, that's the burn.
Oh, the burn's drinking. You're drinking water, I think. My water's almost gone. My question to everybody is, are we having a good time tonight? Are we having fun? Are you guys enjoying this? Are we keeping up with everybody? I know we're having fun. This is
And that's our
exciting.
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're so glad you guys are with us tonight.
Absolutely. We did it. We did it for a long time, completely free. We did it 9 months. I think we did it. Thank you, Laverne. We did it. I think 9 months. We did it completely free. All the classes free. We're just having we're having a blast, having a good old time. And then somebody complained. Another. Yay, Jan! Thank you. Then another artist complained that we were offering the classes free because then she couldn't charge for hers. I guess she didn't realize how many. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. I'm so glad you joined us. But I guess this other artist, she didn't realize how many millions and billions of people we have in the world. So she has lots of opportunity to charge other people for painting. And so we, because we both do work full time, we have full-time jobs other than this, we purchase our patterns through a very awesome company. And so this other artist complained that we were doing free painting classes with the patterns. And when we started working with this pattern company, nowhere in there did it say that we had to charge for the classes or anything like that. But anyway, this other artist, she was mad because we were doing free for like 10 months. And so then the pattern company told us that we couldn't, that we had to use the patterns gated. So we had to charge for some of the classes. So that's when we started the group, and just charging a nominal fee for everybody to get together and have. Laverne, are you cold or your computer's freezing or your wine is freezing? Laverne said she's freezing. All right, well, I'm just going to mix up the brownish green and kind of cover in this little island area here, kind of define the island area, okay? Well, Laverne lets us know if she's freezing or island freezing or whatever. And I'm still going to use my scruffy brush. Just going to kind of mix some of this brown and green together. And it's an island from a distance, so we can't really, it kind of comes around here. And we can't really. It's kind of the same thing. So to me, that's too brown. So I'm going to add some of my lighter green into it to make it like a little more interesting color. So it's not such a boring color. Oh, thank you, Joni. Thank you so much. We just really, that's just our goal, is to just make people smile, take care of themselves for a change, do something for themselves for a change, have some self-care, just focus on their own selves for a little bit of time. So people either love us or they don't like us at all. And that's fine. We're not for everyone, that's for sure. There are definitely people out there that paint better than me. Nick does paint. Don't let him kid you. He does paint. And there's some people, I actually do encourage you to look at some of the other painters that, they mix colors. I can't mix colors. I don't have the time or the patience, but it's, now the colors come kind of already in the colors that I need. So I'm not as interested in mixing colors.
We've talked to Kelly real quick because she,
Kelly, why didn't you make them paint with you?
That's a good idea, Kelly. She's got 3 kids. We can, she becomes part of the membership. She can paint some of the.
Yeah, it's perfect Christmas gifts.
It really is.
And actually, what Alice does, Alice is super talented, but Alice, she's so talented. But many times she paints and then she gives the paintings to, the family and everything. So it's excellent for like Christmas and stuff like that.
So point to the wall behind you and show Kelly the little kids' pictures behind you here.
Batty Bat.
Yep.
I can't see. Oh, Batty Bat. This little guy here, he's so much fun. The little emu. actually, Nick and I both did one of these. Well, my other one's at work. But we both did one of these, and mine's at work.
Oh,
Yeah, I took it
Okay.
to work. But
so it's mine.
is it?
Yeah.
We did one of these, and Nick's is in such soft, sweet colors, and mine looks like it's evil. It's got big old evil eyes. But then we have the child, the dragon friend, the Yeti. Nick did this one. That one comes out just absolutely amazing. The sunglasses on the beach. This pattern and the painting and the instructions and everything, Stephanie, are in the membership room. It was really neat to do. It was really neat to do. Oh, sorry, got
Where's the
sidetracked there.
motorcycle one?
The motorcycle one.
Oh,
Oh, it's
I
here.
can't see it. Pick it up. Go ahead. You could pick it up.
This is Nick's first painting that he did. Like, he just did it. It was the first thing he ever painted. We were all so jealous.
Yeah, it says, yeah.
Kelly, do you think that the painting would help? Do you think the painting would help your the 8-year-old? Because it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a pattern, or it doesn't, you don't have to stay in the line because their vision. Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Chris is one of our new members. Yay. Chris, I was just telling him, Stephanie was saying she wanted to paint this sunglasses on the beach scene. I was just telling her that in the membership site, the painting is there with the pattern. Bye, Lynn. See you soon. In the membership site, it has the pattern and everything ready to go. So, yeah, I would just put paint and just let him.
Make a mess.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, look at the mess we made.
Yeah, just put some old clothes on them, or go get a plastic bag and cut their hands and heads out and put it in there.
Yeah, I mean, it really might be calming, because look, that's just what was it Joni was just saying, or Jan was just saying, that it's therapeutic. You just start getting your feelings out. I wish we got to put the ones my kids painted when I asked them to paint the one. And the membership room is definitely, I know, he's so cute, Chris, right? And the membership room there's a lot of everything. There is definitely, we add 5 to 7 patterns every month, but already in there's like over 60. There's all kinds of fall stuff in there, and Christmas stuff. There's some Christmas stuff, but we have a ton of Christmas stuff that we'll be adding over the next month because we want to stay ahead of it. And we're always just getting ideas off each other. We also I also try to get everybody to kind of vote in the membership room about what they want to paint live, because all of it's there in the membership room, so you can paint anytime you want to, but some of them we choose and we do them live, and so the members vote on which ones they want to do live. But usually we all fall in love with every single one of them. We can't decide. All right, so we're going to kind of, I got this kind of island going on here. And then again, I'm going to use this brown layer in this green area here. I'm not going to do it right now because I will definitely lean into it and end up with it on myself. So the Moosey on his back.
Is that one up there?
I don't think so.
Here, show them this one real quick too. And then this is the one that I
Here's
did.
our adorable octopus. We did the
Wait, hang on.
other night.
Okay, there's your octopus.
He's so cute.
That one's last
He's got
night.
salt on the background for texture and for some depth on it too.
This is the one that you did.
And this is our camper one. The octopus and this camper one are on the members site with the painting and all the.
And then this is the one that I did.
I think it's just pulling them off the wall over here, guys. Okay, this one. This is our Mother's Day one. Some people added more kids to it too, so.
All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's those. I love the octopus though so much, and I don't know where my headphone one got to. Oh, he's over there. So,
Did you want to show that one too? I mean, it's seasonal.
yeah, I don't. Our Christmas ones are all put up,
Yeah.
and here's a little cute little pony. He's so sweet. I love this one because everybody did all different colors with the pot and everything like that too. Laverne has an 8-year-old granddaughter, and she paints sometime, and she offers great suggestions. And actually, her name is Delaney, and Delaney actually helped us name the kids room. It is Explore the Journey Kids Art Room, because in that room our intention is to more than just paint, to have some other things in there as well. All right, so back to Moosey.
All right,
So
everybody should be caught up now. I delayed us long enough. It was my sidetracking. I'm sorry for those who were caught up. That was my intentions of keeping us.
Give people a chance to get caught up.
I was distracting you. That was my.
So Moosey's far antler is a lighter color because we're seeing the inside of it. So what I did with that, I mean, he can be any color: brown, burnt sienna, tan, plain brown. And let's face it, as we mentioned, I've not seen a moose. So I'm actually going to use brown, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of white just to lighten it up for that far antler. With a wee bit of white. I gotta refill my whites there, okay? And I am looking for the perfect brush. Hold on one moment, because I thought I had it over here. And this one that I'm using is a 6 shader brush. And I think it's going to go in there just absolutely fine. Okay, so I'm going to mix up this brown.
Is that it?
That's probably a better one. I'll try that one if this one doesn't.
No, you're welcome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. No measure. All right, so I'm going to mix up just a little bit of lighter brown for the inside of the far antler. Okay. And we're just going to kind of go in here. Choose the smallest brush that you have to go in these little spots. And I also had, Nick brought me this, and where'd it go? A little shader brush. And it might be easier for you if you have a little shader brush this size. This is a 1/4 inch shader. So it's super small. It might be easier for you to go around those curves. Okay, I'm trying to make sure my head and my hand is out of the way. But yeah, the paintings are, I was saying about Alice, she paints and she gives them the way to the grands and to the family. It just means the world to them. So it's excellent Christmas opportunity. So, like, that's it. Everybody gets paintings from the kids this year, and they love them. It's like the best gift of all. All right, and we're going to go around the little curve here. And again, if you have a little shader brush or even a little liner, it might work better for you here. So that one's a lighter color. And then his other antler here is a darker color, brown. So we're going to paint that one brown. And then his body is going to be brown. And then we're going to highlight him. Okay. Okay. Whoop. Don't want too much on there because
Everybody okay? Got real quiet. I got nervous again.
I'm painting a small area, so
Wow.
I'm breathing.
I was like, is everybody okay?
I'm shallow breathing because it's a small area.
Phew, everybody wake up.
With a not so steady hand, I'm like going out of the areas. But it doesn't matter because you can always go back over it. Paint, that's the good thing about paint. You can just go back over it. Okay, all right, that's the outside one. And then we're going to paint his body brown. Just going to clean my brush. I'm going to use a bigger brush to do his body. I have this this angle brush is a 1/2 inch angle brush, and this works really good for his body. Get out of there. There we go. And whatever color you guys know that moose are, that we don't know because we didn't get to see them. All right, and I'm just gonna load that. I know it's because we were in that small area where it was like nobody breathe. We're painting small areas. He is so cute. I still think I should go back and get that skinny pig that looks like him, though.
No. Yes. Has anyone out there heard of a skinny pig? Well, I'm just the only person who's never heard of a skinny pig before. Because I was completely caught off guard when I saw a skinny pig. And if you know what a skinny pig is,
You know he's so ugly. He's cute.
it's just frightening.
If you see me start to paint something and then I randomly go over here and start painting, it's not that I have Tourette's or anything. It's just that I do that because I notice I have too much paint on my brush for the area I'm in. So I kind of go over here and just get it off my brush. Plus I have a dried piece of my paint. So that's kind of why you see me painting here and I suddenly dash over here. That doesn't mean you have to do it. It just means I had too much paint in there. And this one's got some dried pieces in it. And that is what happens when you don't close the caps to your paint after you're done using them. So your brushes and your paint, they're your tools and they cost money. So make sure you're taking good care of them, that you're washing your brushes out as you're going along so paint doesn't just sit in them. Wash them afterwards, put a little bit of dishwashing liquid in them to get all that paint out of them. Okay, there is Moosey's body. There he is. Ta-da! Who else has now painted a moose? And then he has some, actually I'm going to make his antlers a little bit darker while you guys catch up your moose bodies. I'm going to make his close antler just a little bit darker. I left a little bit too much paint in the brush from the back one.
All right, I'm gonna have to ask another question. It looks like because it sounds like we're just all intense here.
We are. I can barely breathe.
I'm getting stressed.
I'm doing these small
I'm not used to
here.
quietness. I'm getting freaked out over here.
I know.
All right, so
we're doing these tiny little areas here.
here's the question I want to ask.
So we're going to do these antlers, and then we're going to highlight him, and then then we'll kind of go back and fine tune anything, and then we'll do this grassy area. Uh-oh, Mama almost stepped on her moose. And then we will get Mama to pull numbers and announce our winners. Oh, I missed a whole area there. How did I do that? Nope. Nope. Okay. And by the way, everyone, Mama is actually in North Carolina painting long distance with us, or she helps with our game part of it. Her puppy keeps her super busy, so she helps us with the game part of the painting night. She's going to guess our numbers later. Okay, so she's in North Carolina. We're here, and she's here like every other month or so with us. So we're going to let Moosey dry just a little bit. Let everybody get caught up with Moosey, his antlers, and then we're going to highlight him. We're going to do some more shading in this area here, do our grass, and then we'll almost be done. Alrighty?
Okay.
I'm going to change water while Nick asks questions.
All right, I'll come over here and
Come
ask her
over here.
questions.
Okay.
Boop, boop. Where'd you go? You're gone. You're gone.
I told you I was going.
All right, I better run over here. Oh.
Okay, run.
Ta-da! Okay. Here's a good question for you. Last question of the night, you think?
Maybe.
Maybe. I think
We'll
maybe.
see.
Let's see. Okay. It's not a great question. It doesn't have a lot of answers to it, but I think if we be creative with this one, I think we can come up with some really funny answers. Okay. Ready? I'm watching you. You. I can see you. You.
Me?
You.
Oh, in the mirror.
I can see you. All right. Name the worst thing about driving behind a bus. Okay. And Mama, I need that too. Okay. So name the worst thing about driving behind a bus. A bus. Doesn't have to be like a commercial bus. It could be a school bus. It could be.
Fumes is so right.
It could be any type of bus you want to think of.
All the
Stephanie,
stuff. Yes.
that's what I was thinking.
What? The smell of the bus?
No, children
Oh.
flipping you off.
What?
Too many stops.
Too many stops.
Rock cubes on your windshield. The fumes. Seeing kids running
Oh my
around.
God, yeah.
How about kids mooning you from the back?
I've never had kids do me front. But one time, my brother, he's so dumb.
How dumb is
He
he?
is dumb. He's actually listed on my phone like that. When we were in school, me and can't see around it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
When
good.
we were kids in school, my brother was so stupid. We were at a stop sign on a hill, and he opened the emergency door and fell out of the bus.
He fell out.
Yes, that explains a lot about him, right?
Mama, is that true?
Yes.
Is she telling a lie, Mama?
Watching cars not stop, that's very scary.
Yeah, that's
Kids pitching things out. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Although one time in high school, we did a field trip. We were
Slow.
too slow. And we had a Greyhound bus, and all those kids tried to see how many people could fit in the
Hey,
bathroom.
that's trick places.
That was fun. Very, very good. Okay.
Phew,
So
it just livens
next-
up a little bit there. Thank you.
I
all.
know. So next, it brought back a lot of memories there.
Yeah, I didn't know that about your brother.
Yes.
I don't think he does either.
He's a dingbat. Such a dingbat. And so next we're going to way too slow, and then you can't see around him. That's right, Louise. Way too
Strobe
slow.
light.
So next we're going to highlight our Moosey. He has some light color right here that's about the same color shade as his antler back here. So we're going to go around the edge of here, and then we're going to kind of go down his back here with some highlighting. Okay, then we're going to get brave and do this area here, and then we'll go back and see what else we think needs shaded. Okay, all right, so I'm going to wet my brush, get off the excess. I'm using a 1/2 inch angle brush, but you could use a smaller angle brush or even a flat shader to do that, as long as it's just a little bit wet. And so the color I mixed earlier, where did I put it? Here it is. Okay, all right. So I'm just going to put here where I mixed that together for the inside of his antlers. That's why I hate mixing colors, because then you don't have enough when you need it. So I want it to be kind of wet. Let's see. And then like I said, I like to kind of do it over here on the edge of my palette just to make sure that it ends up being the color that I want it to be. We'll start off with it lighter, and then if we need it to,
Look at Joni.
what?
Read Joni's comments.
Let's go round and round. Oh no, great! Oh, why did she do that to me? Why?
There's also the other one. Remember the other one?
No.
There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16,
Oh.
18 wheels on a big rig.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I hate it when songs get stuck in my head.
Come on, just prime numbers.
Hate it when they get stuck in my head. So that's really all it is here with his body. It's just he has a, some here, and then we're just going to kind of wind it around there like that. All right. Okay, and then he has just a wee bit more. Just kind of a wee bit more around here. Not too much. That's too much. So all I have to do is just kind of wipe it off. Okay. And he has a little bit on his, he actually has some like little beard here. So here I'm just making little choppy, short little beard flicky things. What would you call them? Little beard hairs down there. Okay. So that's that. Then he has a little bit on his antlers. So just kind of like a little tiny bit around the edge of here and here on these front ones. And just a little bit there. All right. With the highlight color, I'm using the color that I mixed for the inside. This color that I used on the inside of the far antler, I'm using that for the for this color. It looks like it's a different color because it's on that dark brown. But so I use the angle brush and wet. You can probably see it's still like a little bit wet. And I just put it in the end. Then we just want to do just a little bit of highlight there. Do it on your palette first until it looks like it's kind of the right consistency and color there. So I just kind of went around here and then up and around his back and then around here. I gave him a little goatee. I just made little down strokes here for his goatee. And then just a little on the ends of each one of his dark antlers.
All right, Charlotte said you can move on.
She's bored now. She's like, okay, I just asked one simple question. She goes into the whole 9 yards on it. Okay. So that's kind of Moosey. So we're going to get brave and paint this area here. Try not to get your clothes in it. And then we'll go back and kind of fine tune to see where else we want to put shading and everything. Okay. And then to do that, I have my mess over here of my green and brown that I use to kind of make the island over here. And actually, I'm not going to use this, but I am going to clean it. I'm not going to use my ruined brush. I'm going to go back to using my 3/4. How did it get? Well, it's got a little booger of orange on it somehow. Okay, let's try that again. So I'm going to go back to using my 3/4, or if you have a 1-inch brush, you can use it. And then I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to load it. I'm going to load it with the green. I'm doing both sides so that it's good and loaded. And I'm also going to use some of the dark green. So I'm kind of double loading it. I'm putting half of this color green and then half of a darker color green. And then I'm just going to kind of see how that looks on my palette. My dark green's about dried up, so I'm going to squirt some of that on there. For the grass, I like for it. I usually do double load because, grass is always a couple different colors. And then to make the strokes for the grass, I'm just going to be like on the end of my brush, making just stroke marks like that. So I'll start down here so you can kind of see. It's just some stroke marks up like that. Didn't get enough paint on my brush. Let's try that again.
Take 2.
Take 2.
Where'd you go? You're not in the
Try
shot.
more. Where'd I go?
Yes.
I know, I'm trying to stay out of the shot. So we're just going to kind of go up with different strokes like this. And that's what all these marks here were. They were just the edge of where the grass is going to be. All right, so we're just going to, this grass is growing wild and free. So we're just kind of just on the end of the brush, just making strokes up in there so that it's kind of glowing just all over. And then we'll go back and add some shading.
Now,
Okay.
when everybody's done
Yes.
with their paintings
They
tonight,
have to post it.
you have got to
You've
take a
got to
picture and
the
post it.
pictures, yes.
So we can all look about how creative everybody
I
is. You
know.
can see what type of trees you do. I want to see how the moose turned out and your sky and what does your sun look like? Did you put his sun up there?
Yeah.
All these
We
crazy
literally,
things.
while we're cleaning up and people are posting their pictures, we're just like proud parents. We're like, oh my God, look at that, look at that, look what they did, look how different that is. And we love it because nobody's turns out the same and nobody's looks like mine, and that's the point. So so this might be making more sense now, this area here, the way that I'm just kind of layering it, which kind of looks haphazardly, but is not so much. I have not painted the sides of mine. It's super important. One of the things that Lynn and Laverne they're really good at is remembering to date and sign your paintings too. And may not mean anything today, but trust me, it will one of these days. And so just remember to kind of date and sign them. So that's kind of what the grass looks like. It's just kind of helter-skelter there, growing on the edge of the lake there. And then I have to go around the edge of mine because I did not get the edge painted. So you can always do the edge later, just don't forget to do it because it just looks so unfinished when the sides aren't done. And then you can go out, if you have some areas that are like got too much paint there, you can go in and get those. If you want the grass to grow taller over your trees, you can kind of do that. And I'm going to use my my shader brush to bring my tree trunks back down in here a little bit, so that they don't completely disappear. There we go. Because they got lost in the grass. So I'm just kind of putting those back in there. And wash that brush. And I'm going to use the shader brush. If this was a fatter tree, I would use a fatter brush. But since this is not a fatter tree, I'm going to use this angle brush. Thank you, Joni. Sounds good. You're more than welcome. And we're just going to do some, hope you can join us again. We're just going to use some of the darker color, some darker brown and the darker green to kind of make a little, make this a little darker in here because this would be casting a shadow. Okay, because the sun is going to be coming that way. So we just want to put some darker in there for the shadow. It's a little bit too wet for me to be adding it.
Hey,
yeah.
I got to interrupt you for a second here because if you're going to leave and we call your name at the end, we'll post it somehow. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll post it.
Yeah, we'll post it.
So,
well, we're basically almost done. We're just going to fine tune it from here. So if you, for those of you, because I know, like I said, we try to keep it to 2.5 hours. We are running a little bit longer than we usually do. But those of you that have to go, if you'll just hold on maybe, 5 minutes, and we'll get Mom to call. So because basically all I'm going to do now is just go in and put a little bit of darker colored blue in here for the darker shading that would be here. I'm going to put some darker blue there. But this is the basic. That's the basic moose.
Well, if you want to do that,
yeah.
And then
I will just
Who
ask.
wants us to go ahead and call numbers for winners, because I do know that not everyone can stay late. Who wants us to go ahead and call numbers? Mama, are you ready? Oh, okay. Oh, Joni's making dinner for us.
What? Is it pizza?
No pizza for you.
How about pizza? Joni, what time is it where you're at? Because it's 9:25 here. I think it's 9:26 here.
So all we're doing, we're just going to be about 10 more minutes because I just want to show everybody like this is your basic, but you can always go in and make this darker. This, of course, this area here, of course, would be darker because this is the other side of the island. Okay. So these are all things that, if you don't have time to finish tonight, and because it is a little longer than we usually go, just because it is a little bit more in depth than some of them that we usually do. You can always go back and finish this another time. So, okay, I'm just going in and softening some of these edges by using a softer brush, so those edges aren't quite so much, if that makes sense. If you want this around the moose to be much more defined, I'm using cobalt blue and a 1/2 inch shader. Just keep adding, just keep adding here until it kind of gets to the shade that you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense to me. Because the canvas will keep drinking it up. So, just kind of keep adding until it's like, okay, that feels more like it's flowing to me. If you get too much in any area, you can always, kind of go back over it. All of these, 350, just because it doesn't. So all of these areas here, of course, would have some sunlight on them, some shadows cast on them. And so you'd want to go in and put some shadowing on here. These pines here would have some yellow cast on them because the sun's coming over this way. So you just want to go in and kind of put some on, this side here of each one of these. It's coming this way, so it's going to kind of hit this one in the center. And same thing here. It's mostly going to be on this side that it's going to hit. These up here on the top. So you can just kind of, like I said, go, don't rush it. Just do the basics and then go back when you have time and fill it in. This grass over here, of course, is going to have some yellow highlights in it here. Coming across here. And you might want to go in and make some of these areas like much more prevalent. Make your yellows much deeper here if you want to. If you want to do it nice and soft, you can do it nice and soft. So I do just like to show people a couple different ways, even though sometimes it makes my painting look kind of funky, because I want people to just see the different things that you can go back and do. You can go back and do them later, if you want to. His little antlers are going to have some sunlight shining on them. You can put some of the sun that comes around here if you want to through the water. So that's really basically it. It's the super basic. It looks like Gilligan's Island. She said he gets home at 11:30.
Wow! I saw that.
Wow! That's crazy.
I wonder what he does. That was my outside thoughts coming.
Yeah,
he's coming out. So sorry.
Okay, that's the basic moose. Like I said, you can go back and add more shading here, add more sunlight, do different trees. I mean, if you did the pine trees like mine, you decide you want to go back and do these kind of trees, you can go over top of it, or these kind of trees, you can kind of pounce over top of it. So that is basically it. Thank you, everyone who did join. We had around 321. I think we ended up with 321 people. Yeah, because we have people. We have it on our Facebook page. We have it on our membership page, and we have it on our YouTube. So we had a bunch of people join us. So it's been spectacular with everybody joining it. So we are going to ask Mama, and
let me turn this over.
And if you guys are finishing the painting up with a on the video later, and you get stuck on something, please just reach out and we'll, we can help you through it. Or if you have any other ideas or suggestions, we appreciate it. We hope you guys will consider joining our membership group. We have the sweetest people there. We have such a good time. And we're there 3 to 5 times a month doing some of the kids' paintings and some of the adult paintings. So thanks again to our awesome new members. And then, Mama, are you ready?
1 through what did I say? 1 through what? 150? 350. I'm so sorry, my brain's not
I
working.
think it was 321.
321. So sorry.
I know. I love the Moosey.
All right, let me find it here. Let me turn my pages. Okay. 321. 1 through 321.
All right.
Mama?
We decided on 5. So we need 5 numbers, Mama. So
5 numbers. 5 numbers. Mama. 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 Mama.
Mute. Unmute.
Mama. Mama. Hello. Sing up. 8. 8? Really? At 321?
8. Okay. Mama said, Mama said what?
So sorry. Wait.
No,
wait.
wait. Slow down, Mama. She went from going too slow to too fast.
All right, hang on a second, Mom. I gotta regroup here. Hang on 1 second here. Hang on. All right, we're gonna start with number 8.
Okay.
Okay. Number 8 is going to be is that Billy?
Billy.
Billy.
Yay, Billy. Is Billy still on, actually?
Is that Billy?
Billy, are you still here? Because I think she thought she wasn't going to be able to join. Billy, you're still here?
Should I write her name in there?
Yeah, write her name. Say, Billy, where are you?
Billy.
And if you do win, send us an email that says, I'm a winner, even though we're all winners. Send us an email that says, did she just type 2 I's?
I don't know what she's doing.
Mama typed 2 L's.
Okay,
If
winner
Billy-
is Billy, right?
Yeah. Say, Billy, you're a winner. So if I don't see your comment.
Hang on, I gotta find her name. Billie.
Yep.
Okay, make sure I spell
So
it right.
if you win, if your name is on here, you hear us.
How's that?
Ta-da!
You see that?
Okay, perfect. There it is.
Billy, you are a
So,
winner.
Send us an email at painandchill@gmail and say, I'm a winner, so that we can get your gift card too. If you do not get your gift card by the end of the day tomorrow, let me know, because we have it happened twice in all this time, in almost a year now, that somebody didn't get their gift cards, and it was horrifying to us because we didn't know, we didn't think to check.
Okay. While you're rambling on there,
Sorry,
I've got
send us an
is
email.
that Mama?
Hey,
Did you say number 11?
Mama, is that 11 or is that 2 L's, Mama?
I'm trying to find out here. Okay.
11. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yes, Lori, there'll be a video, just so everybody knows, and Lori's asking, there's about 5 minutes after the end, there's a video. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So we're at number 11 now.
Oh, my favorite. Oh, my favorite of the night got called. Sarah. Sarah got called tonight. That's good. Good news for Sarah. I'm going to write her name in there. Number 2.
All right, Sarah. So
Okay.
Sarah, which Sarah? We had a couple of Sarahs. Hold on. Is Sarah Strong?
Yeah, Sarah Strong.
Yeah, Sarah Strong. Harrison, I think is her last name.
I don't know. Is Sarah still there? Sarah? SARAH?
Billy wants a close up of the news. Can you switch camera?
Well, can you not make it so blurry?
Well, I don't know how to not make it so blurry. I'm not the technician here.
Get your hand out of the way.
Yeah, Sarah Strong. So yes, Sarah, send us.
Hang on. I'm trying to type Sarah's name first. SAR. Hang on.
SARAH. And so Sarah, send us an email that says, "Hey, I'm a winner." I'll meet you in the beach room. Perfect. We're gonna get Laverne and her bottle of wine that she has too much of.
Hang on. Let me go to the large picture of that.
We're trying to get a large picture.
There you go.
Okay, here we go.
Stop right there. Perfect. Hold that thought. Mama, give me another number.
And Billy, I'll post some I'll post some close-ups too, some snippets of just him of the news. I'll post it on
Mama,
Facebook.
give me another number. 1 through 321. That's 321.
Yeah, you have to do another number because the comments scrolled past the other numbers you chose.
4.
4. Okay, perfect.
I don't think Mama can type higher than like.
No, but what happened, Mama, was when you typed it, then we all commented, and then all the comments they covered your number. You're welcome, Billy. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, that is Judy. Judy?
No, it wasn't a Judy.
Joni, sorry.
Joni.
I gotta read my writing.
I'm gonna have to write the names the next time. So your handwriting does suck so bad. All right, Joni, not Judy. Okay, Joni. So
Let's see.
Joni, send us an email that
This is
says
how I spelled that.
J-O-N-I. Send us an email, Joni, that says I'm a winner, and then we'll get your gift card and over to you. And again, whoever wins, just make sure that if you don't get your gift card by the end of the day tomorrow, you let us know.
All right, Mama, give me another number.
Wait, how many do we have now?
I only did 3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Okay. Mama, what's my number? I know that, Mama. What can I tell you?
What'd she say?
We're peas and pods.
Where'd she say that?
She
Let me see. Oh, hit the new comments because I can't see the
Oh,
new
so
comments.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm ahead of you here.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Mom said 50. Whoa.
I gotta count now. All right. So hang on. We got Joni was that one. Billy was that one. That's number 3. Sarah was number 2. Okay. Let's see.
He's on it. He's got a little yellow pad that's like this big, so he has to go 4 pages deep.
Is it Kathleen? Kathleen King?
Kathleen. Oh, Catherine. I think.
Catherine King? Is it Kathleen?
Let me see. Catherine.
Catherine King.
All right. Catherine King. Catherine King. Is Catherine still here?
Let me write that down.
Catherine. Catherine. Catherine.
Spell again.
Catherine. Catherine King. Thank you, Joni. We are self-amusing. That's
Was it
for
King?
sure.
Catherine King, was it?
Catherine, yeah.
I hope that's right. I'm so
I
sorry.
don't see it. Oh, there it is. Catherine King. Perfect. That's it. All right, Catherine. So, Catherine, send us an email that says, I'm a winner, even though all of us are winners. And hey, everybody, hug yourself, pat yourself on the back for taking good care of yourself tonight.
We got one
Catherine,
more.
send us an email to painandchill@gmail so we can get your gift to you. And Mama, one more number. Oh, she wrote 25. Okay, that one didn't go on the page. All the other numbers were like rolling
Was
off
there
the page.
Jan on there? Jan?
Let me see. Hold on, let me help him decipher his handwriting. Let's see. Jan. Yay, Jan. Perfect.
Right?
All right. I think Jan saw us late and she wasn't.
All right, Mama,
able to
got it
go
already.
in.
Mama, you said
All right,
25.
Mama, good. We got it. Hit new comments so I can't see. All right, Jan is the next winner. She was able to join us super late. I think she saw us super late in the game. So, Jan, if you're still there, send us an email that says, I'm a winner at
What was Jan's
painandchill@gmail.com.
last name?
It's short. It was R-U-D, I think.
Yeah. Jan R-U-D. I hope I spelled that right. Yeah. There she is. Jan.
Is she still there?
You're a
Hit new
winner.
comments.
You're
I
a
can't
number
see.
5 winner.
Hit new comments. I can't see.
What?
I can't see. Roll the comments. Roll the comments.
I'm sorry. 2-minute computer's not enough time.
Perfect. There we go. All right. Jan, you are our 5th and final winner. So when you get a chance, send us an email that says, I'm a winner, so we can email you your gift card. If you do not get it by the end of the day tomorrow, please let us know because we forget to check these things. All right, so I'm going to, everybody, please post your pictures. It just makes our day. I can't tell you, we just grin like proud parents, right? I'll post some close-ups of the Moosey if you are going to go back and paint with the video. And again, if you're going to go back and paint with it and you have any questions, then anything we can help with highlighting, shading, different kinds of trees, just reach out to us, okay? We love to help people. It's what we've always done. So thank you, Laverne. Good to see you guys.
So are we still saying something?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, thank God.
Laverne is leaving. I'm going to.
All right, everybody's going. We're going to go soon. We're going to get something to eat. I am starving.
All the talk about food.
Thank you
Thanks,
all for
Jody.
being here
Yes,
tonight. We had a
thank
great
you.
time. Remember, if you want to be part of our membership class, please sign up. And it helps us out a lot. And we love playing with you guys.
Yeah, we just have such a good time.
We
And
really
it
are
is-
this
it's
goofy all the
really-
time.
Yeah,
It's
it
all right.
is just so
Truth.
therapeutic
Yeah.
for all of us,
Jen,
for all ages.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Have a
Stephanie,
great rest of your
thank
evening
you.
and weekend.
I'm gonna go to the inside and shut this off while she's waving like a like.
I'm not. I'm just going to show you the news
All right.
again.
Bye everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Hi, Claudia. Bye, Claudia.